morning. A fabulous day again, and we have some of our friends with us today. So, what we are going to test is these walkies. Say hi. And there is a base unit also for these walkies. So, let me show you that. Right now, we are trying to fix it up in our Fortuner, and I'll show you the setup once it is completely done. Here is our another friend.
Unit. This is a handheld mic with a push to talk button. Now this is a volume control. This is the channel control. So you can see the channel changing here. We have 1, 2, 3 up to 16 channels in this. And when you want to speak on this channel, you just press the button and you talk over it. You'll get it on the channel 1, which is on this handheld walkie-talkie. Channel 2 is assigned to another handheld walkie-talkie.
Okay. Where it is powered from?
This is powered from a cigarette lighter, car cigarette lighter. The wire comes here. There is a clip-on connector, so it doesn't go loose easily. Plus, there is a fuse for protection, additional protection. And then there is an antenna connector here. There is a fan for cooling, which automatically starts on when required. The antenna wire goes to the top, and there's a roof mounted antenna on the top, which will transmit the signal outside the car. You get original Panasonic with around 4000-3000 ampere. If you put that in this will have a better working ability for more longer time, longer period, compared to a fixed battery which comes with other handsets. Okay. So this is a better way of powering up such kind of units.
So we have done fixing the base unit of this walkie. I'll share the product details and range and everything, the performance that we are going to check now, test now. What we have done is this base unit is in the Fortuner, and there are two handheld units out in the other vehicle. Those are on two different channels, and we are going to test the signal, quality of signal, and also the range and maybe clarity of the recording. So let's find out how this works, and I'll be telling in detail about why we are testing this and how we feel about it. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned. So cops had just caught us. They were curious about we were doing some commercial activity with our tent and everything. So I showed them the photographs of the tent. I told them that this is a tent that's supposed to be for personal use, and it will not be removed from top of the vehicle. So they have just let us go, and we are further ahead on the trail testing the walkie-talkies. Up ahead there are two parallel roads, and in between there is a small village. So we are going to take a detour or separate routes. So I'm going to go on left, and the vehicle that's behind me is going to go straight. So they have taken the straight route, and I'm on the bypass of the village. So now we are going to check if the communication goes through properly.
Hope the road is good. Over.
Great to know. या बाजूचा पण रोड खूप चांगला आहे. Over.
You are able to hear me clearly. Over.
Yes, absolutely. Over.
Okay. Over.
ट्रॅफिक आहे का आतमध्ये? Over.
आम्हाला येतोय. Over.
हा रस्ता एकदम क्लिअर आहे. Over.
Okay. आम्हाला काही इश्यू नाही. Over.
लास्ट पॅचला खूप जास्त खड्डे आहेत. Over.
हो, या रोडला जास्त खड्डे आहेत जरा. So traffic is slow. Over.
इकडे पण आहेत खूप जास्त खड्डे. Over.
ओके आम्ही आता पोहोचतोय खडगाव जंक्शन पाशी. ओव्हर.
मी थोडासा मागे आहे. ओव्हर.
ओके नो इश्यू. ओव्हर.
दिसत नाहीये मला अजून तुम्ही. मी उतारातनं खाली येतोय चौकात. ओव्हर.
2 मिनिटात पोहोचतो ते. हार्डली 15 सेकंड. ओव्हर.
मी मागेच थांबतो, तुम्ही चौकात पुढे या तसेच. ओव्हर.
ओके. ओव्हर.
So this is the Indica that is having the other two sets of the walkies, and
We will follow you. Over.
that's okay. Over. And we were checking the range and performance across the two different roads. So we were driving on the either side routes of a village, and we were trying to communicate. So I think that was quite reasonable, though aerial distance was not much. We both of us were not able to see the other vehicle. So in case you are missing one of the convoy members or your buddies, this definitely can prove to be a boon. Let's see how much more we explore and find out of this product. Stay tuned. The concern is about authorities. पोलिसांचा असेल किंवा कोस्ट गार्ड किंवा फॉरेस्ट वगैरे, तर ते थोडंसं जरा स्टिकी होते सिच्युएशन. सो वी शुड नो ॲटलिस्ट विच चॅनल्स टू अवॉइड, जर काय तसं स्टँडर्ड असेल तर. ओव्हर.
ओके टू स्टार्ट विथ 446 to 446.20 ही जी फ्रिक्वेन्सी रेंज आहे ही फ्रिक्वेन्सी रेंज त्या वॉकीजवर दिलेली आहे आणि दॅट फ्रिक्वेन्सी इज बीन ऑफिशियली डी लायसन्स बाय द गव्हर्नमेंट. No government authority will be using it ever because it has been delicensed. So you will never be overlapping any authorities' signals at any cost. Over.
I think that's perfect. So what it would mean is in any case we will not be overhearing or like snooping on the authorities' conversation. Whatever best will come in is of other civilians. Over.
Yes, similar signals बरोबर आहे की 446 to 446.20 की 20 मेगाच्या फ्रिक्वेन्सीवर जर दुसरं कोणी असेल सिव्हिलियन मध्ये लायसन्स नाही वापरणार त्या एरियामध्ये आणि इफ यू आर इन द विसिनिटी अँड यू आर हॅव्हिंग अ पॉवरफुल एंटिना यू माइट एंड अप पिकिंग अप समटाइम्स व्हेरी रेअरली की बाबा दुसरा सिग्नल आला.
Expert who is here to demo these walkies to us, they have told us that the specified frequencies, you can read those in the comment, are delicensed by the government. So these frequencies can be used by the civilians, and those who are in the group of same walkies can be able to hear each other's communication. So when we are in convoy, all can basically broadcast the information to the other group members. Seldom it might happen that because there's a delicensed frequency, some of the other users of the frequency, if they are in vicinity and if we have or if you have an antenna with a good capacity or receiving ability, you might overhear or interfere or intercept some of the other communication. But when you are having lesser probability in remote of having multiple frequency operators in the same area, you may not expect this interference. So both the channels have been very clear, and what I could immediately feel is even if we are only two vehicles, we are feeling like we are very closely connected. Everything that we are wanting to do, like we have planned to stop ahead on the petrol bunks parking, we have just coordinated that, and because I'm leading, they will be I'll be waiting and they'll be reaching to catch up with me. So this planning need not me to stop or give a call or do anything which is otherwise could be distracting while driving. So you have to just hold the handheld piece, press the button and speak whatever you want to communicate with the other fellow convoy driving members. So far I'm pretty impressed with the setup. let me bring an update about the range. Stay tuned. Okay, so we have just decided how we are going to check the range. So we are heading towards the Western Ghats hilly region that's around Sinhagad, and we are going to make a stop at one point where the road will get winding, will have guard sections and all of that. One of the vehicles, preferably the other vehicle, will make a stop. We will lock a 0 point on that vehicle, also on this vehicle, and then we will drive further deeper into the hills, and we will check how far we can reach. And while doing that, definitely this will not be the air distance, but because of different positions in the hills, it may give the indication as to how effective is in the hills. Point number one. Second point is, we want to go to a level where it loses the signal. So it has the signal and it loses the signal, beyond which it might not have. So we want to go to such extent, whatever is the reading on the Odo, that would give, with some consolidation or adjustment, a feeling about what could be the actual range of this setup. So let us conduct this experiment and stay tuned to know what do we observe about the performance and the range. Thanks. Stay tuned. Yeah, you please stay just here. I'll continue. Over.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Over.
we have locked the 0 in the Odo just now. The other vehicle is staying back, and I'm going to continue driving on the route up ahead, and along the way we are going to check the quality of the signal.
Very unpredictable climate. Over.
Great place to be at. Over.
Okay, good. Over.
So you can see we are having this conversation, maybe not anything specific per se, but just to ensure the communication. So I am already a kilometer far from the two walkies, those were there, or the other vehicle. What we are going to do once we reach, or not say reach, but along the way,
Distance covered, Alex. Over.
we are going to change the channels and then check it. About 1.5 kilometers. Over.
Good. Over.
We will try to switch between the channels in between. We'll try to change. I think by then I'll be at 3 kilometers. Over.
Okay, sure. No issue. Go on. Over.
2 kilometers crossed. Over. 2.5 kilometers passed. Over. Can you hear me? Over. There is a disturbance, it seems. Over. Not able to hear you. Over. Crossing 3 kilometers. Over. 3 kilometers crossed. Over.
Confirm that 3 kilometers cross. Confirm that. Over. ऐकू येतो का आवाज?
Now I can hear clearly. You were not audible in between. 3 kilometers crossed. Over.
Confirm that 3 kilometers cross. Confirm that 3 kilometers cross. आता माझा आवाज audible आहे का? Over.
Yes, you are audible. 3 kilometers crossed. Over. You are audible. 3 kilometers crossed. Over. You are audible. 3 kilometers crossed. Over. Am I audible? Am I audible? Over.
आता याच्यावर audible आहे का आवाज? Over.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Over.
Yes, you are at the same location. I can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly. Over.
That's great. I can hear you clearly as well. Over. I have just locked my GPS. It will record the complete path that I am following, and we will be able to get the aerial distance as well. Over.
Okay, over. Last known position 6 kilometers cross असा message होता. Over.
6.5 kilometers crossed. Over. About to cross 7 kilometers. Over. About to cross 7 kilometers. Over. 7 kilometers crossed. Over. Confirm I am audible. Over. Not able to hear you. Not able to hear you. Over. About to cross 8 kilometers. Over. I am at 10 kilometers. Over. I can get signal from you. Can't hear properly. Over.
मला clear ऐकू येतं.
Yes, now I can hear you properly. Over. So at a distance of 12 kilometers, mind you, this is not the aerial distance. This is distance by road. We have logged the GPS coordinates, and we will get to know what is the actual aerial distance. But at 12 kilometers by road, we have lost the signal, and I'm making a return. Now we'll check again around what distance we start to gain the signal again. Still with the kind of terrain that we are talking about here, so it's all by the banks of a dam, and because this is a ghat section, there are some of the turns and parts of road which are in the valley, and because of that I think we are not in a aerial straight line. So with this, I think this kind of performance is commendable. I do find this quite useful, reasonable, and very, very handy when you're driving in a convoy, maybe about 6, 7, 8 or maybe even more vehicles. So while the return, we will check the gain around what distance we can pick the gain up. So let's check that out. Confirm when you can get the signal. Over. So I'm about to reach where the other car is parked, and we will analyze when we had proper connectivity, when we could communicate, and when we lost the connection, what was the longest distance, and so on. So stay tuned to find out what the results of this experiment were. So we will see the other vehicle just here. You can see the one parked in right hand side of the road, and just having the hazard indication on for being parked around the vicinity of the road. And we have just returned testing our kit for now.
What was the distance we had covered? Technically speaking, when these two handhelds were communicating with the base device, we were getting up to 3 to 4 kilometers with the stock antenna that comes with the device here. The device itself. This is the antenna. Yeah, this is the antenna. This has a specific gain of around 2 dBi. And beyond 3 to 4 kilometers, when the vehicle which was with the mobile unit was crossing ghat section, it was on the way, on its way, it was traveling along the road. Yes, it was traveling along the road, and when it was covering the ghat sections, you had to change the antenna from the stock to a better, bigger antenna with a higher gain.
So we can change this antenna any point of time.
Yes, you can change the antenna any point of time. You see this antenna has a higher gain and a higher length, so it gives a better
More area.
It covers a better circumference while communicating. So it just plugs into this like this, and then you have a same device working with a more powerful antenna. When it went beyond 8 kilometers, then this antenna also started falling short.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can this cover the cross section or it goes into the gas section?
It does, but usually the vehicle should be facing towards the standstill vehicle, which is there on the side of the ghat, where you have open area. If If it crosses on the other side of the ghat where there is a mountain in between, it might give you a backing.
So that can be covered with another antenna.
Now this antenna will cover up to 10 kilometers in straight line of sight or up to non-line of sight, near line of sight also, but not beyond 2 mountains. It can cover up to 1 mountain maximum.
So you mean to say this antenna can cover the distance between two vehicles up to 10 kilometers?
Yes, because the difference between the 3 antennas is like this. You see, you have 3 antennas with the different gain, different power.
So what I understand is this antenna which has a high gain can cover up to 10 kilometers between two vehicles, irrespective of the terrain and whether it is line of sight or non-line of sight.
Yes, it can do that. And the best part is it works between 446 megahertz to 446.20 megahertz.
There will be no interference of other frequencies.
There can be no interference from government frequencies. Neither will you be interfering into any government frequency. These are all license-free products. They are certified by the government of India. So there is no issue without using it throughout the city also or in the rural areas also.
So it can cover maximum of more than what we require.
Yes.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is the license approved by government.
Yes, this is the government with the symbol of the government Department of Telecommunication and the equipment type approval, ETA we call it as. So this ETA covers everything that the government requires for you to operate this license in Indian Republic of India without having any issues with the law enforcement. So they are certified by the agencies and their certification license is also available. And this is the same thing for the base unit. So for the handheld and base, there are two different licenses.